I would like to share with you today a 3-day experience that's changed my outlook on life. These 3 days are filled with hope, faith, compassion, and human kindness. For 3 days, we join together to show we will not give up. We will overcome any challenges. We will stand together and fight against cancer. According to the American Cancer Society, with the exception of skin cancer, breast cancer is the most common cancer among women. As a woman in the U.S., my risk of developing breast cancer in my lifetime is 1 in 8. They also report this year alone, 40,000 women will die from breast cancer. Do you know who Susan G. Komen was? She died from breast cancer at the age of 36. In 1982, Nancy Brinker founded the Susan G. Komen Foundation based on a promise that she had made to her dying sister to find a cure for breast cancer. In 2003, someone at the Komen Foundation came up with an event held in multiple cities across the country that raises millions of dollars each year. The event I'm talking about is the Susan G. Komen 3-Day for the Cure event. And I'm going to share some of my experiences with you. So what is a Komen 3-Day for the Cure event? It is the largest breast cancer fundraising event in the entire country. We walk 60 miles over the course of 3 days. Yes, I said 60. Every 2 to 3 miles, there are pit stops offering medical support, drinks, snacks, porta potties. There are motivating cheering stations around every corner, and there are vans to pick us up if we need a lift. Camp consists of food, music, shower trucks, and a beautiful sea of thousands of hot pink donuts. On the 3day.org, since 2003, participants have raised nearly $700 million. 75% of net proceeds supports national programs, while the remaining 25% supports local programs. According to the 3daystats.com, 18,000 men and women fundraised in 2012. Together, we raised almost $50 million. It begins on a Friday and ends on a Sunday. Each day we walk 20 miles. Currently, there are 14 cities that host this incredible event. Each participant must raise $2,300. That's a lot. But there are resources available at the 3day.org to help you meet this goal. There are tips and tools on how to train and fundraise, and the coaches are always just a phone call away. In the months prior, you will walk hundreds of miles to properly train. It's time-consuming and physically grueling. In order to keep yourself going, I imagine myself at the event being cheered on by thousands of people. I'll give you an example of what you might see at the event. This is a picture of a gentleman who actually dyed his beard pink and his dog. You see a lot of this. You see men wearing pink tutus or hot pink bras. Really, pretty much anything goes, from spectators to walkers to crew members. They dress up for the event. Now that you know more about what the 3-day event is and what is required to participate, you're probably wondering, why would anybody walk 60 miles and sleep in a tent? Simple, to find a cure. So what is my reason for participating? One, in hopes of raising enough money to find a cure for breast cancer. I walk To make a difference, I walk for those who cannot, but mostly I walk because I cannot walk away. My inspiration for walking in this event was my mother-in-law. She bravely battled this horrible disease just 8 short months after losing her husband to bladder cancer. She was determined not to give up. My first 3-day was held in August of 2009. I chose to do the event in Michigan because I grew up in the area where the event was taking place. 6 months prior, I spent the majority of my time fundraising and training. With the amazing support of my family and friends, I raised almost $5,000. Opening ceremony soon came, but I was prepared. I was excited, I was nervous, I was really, really nervous because I was walking by myself and 3,500 other people. I met the most amazing woman that day. She had commented on the cape of ribbons that I wore that held all the names of the people that I was walking for. Out of those 3,500 people, I had met my cousin's best friend and co-worker. Her name was Mary, and I walked that day with her and her friend Victoria. Throughout the day, I learned she still had her chemo port in. She was 8 weeks post-surgery, and her last dose of chemo was the day before the event. She walked all those miles, laughing, smiling, having fun, because she was happy to be alive. I've walked in 4 3-day events and raised over $15,000. In 2010, with the continued support of my family and friends, I raised enough money to participate in 2 events. I walked again in Michigan, and then I walked for the first time in Dallas. When I walked in Michigan, once again, I walked by myself, but I met 2 amazing people, Mindy and Clemente. At the beginning of opening ceremonies, we were complete strangers. Now we keep in regular contact. In Dallas, I walked with a team of nearly 100 men and women. I enjoyed them so much, I walked with them again the following year. Each and every 3-day event offers a different experience. But for those 3 days, we are a community. We're a family seeking one goal, a world without breast cancer. I have met the most incredible people along the way. It's truly 3 days of tears, dancing, lots and lots of music, more tears, of course a lot of walking, but it really is a whole lot of fun. I've had so many memorable experiences, I cannot possibly share them all with you. 6 months prior to walking in Dallas, I learned devastating news. One of my friends who lived there had breast cancer. Sherry had no family history. Her and I are the same age. Our children are the same age. So this really hit close to home. So by far, my most emotional moment at a 3-day event was after walking 60 miles in Dallas, seeing Sherry's smiling face at the end of Victory Lane. She had no hair, she had no eyebrows, she had no eyelashes, but she was happy to be alive. This is a picture that was taken shortly after my breakdown. So, yes, I walk because I cannot walk away, and by walking, I just may save a life. If you would like more information on the Komen 3-Day for the Cure event, visit www.the3day.org. Thank you.